those J6 warriors, they were warriors, but they were really more than anything else. They're victims of what happened. All they were doing is protesting a rigged election. That's what they were doing.
That was Donald Trump at a rally in Las Vegas over the weekend. Back with us now for final thoughts, our political panel, Rick Davis of Stone Court Capital and Jeannie Sheehan Zaino, political science professor at Iona University and senior democracy fellow with the Center for the Study of the Presidency and Congress. Rick, it was not just January 6 warriors that Trump was talking about in Vegas this weekend at an incredibly hot rally, but also the idea of not taxing tips. In a state in which culinary hospitality workers are so important, is that an argument, whether or not he can do it without Congress, something that could win him a crucial state?
Yeah, first of all, there's probably no way to do it without Congress. But secondarily, I think it's this whole idea of some level of discipline at a Trump rally where he's actually talking about tax policy. Now, of course, he talks about, sinking ships and shark attacks and things like that, too. So, you get what you get at a Trump rally. But he was talking also about making some of his tax cuts permanent that he had done in his first term. I think it's actually, especially, in a place like Nevada, where you have the culinary workers who make up such a big part of the economy there, to do that, I thought was pretty nimble. And kudos to the Trump policy guys who wrote it into the speech for him that, putting that on. And every Democrat I've seen talking about today was very defensive about, we've had policies like that in the past, and we couldn't get Congress to pass them. And I think, putting the Democrats on the defense like that is, I think, a really good tactic, even though 100 degrees in Nevada is crazy.
All right, I'm not going to ask you if you'd rather stay in the boat, the sinking boat with the battery, or jump in the water with the sharks. That was the dynamic and the decision laid out there by Donald Trump at the podium. But, Jeannie, this is an opportunity to make tax policy an issue on the campaign trail. Does Joe Biden dig into this, knowing that all of this is leading to an argument over making the 2017 Trump tax cuts permanent?
Yeah, I think we're going to have that debate. They're going to be fighting it out. There's going to be a large school of people who say carve-outs like this are not the way to go. And, of course, to Rick's point, you don't probably need Congress. You do need Congress. So it's a heck of a promise to make when he can't deliver on it. But the reality is that we're going to be fighting this out in 2025 as we fight out about what happens with the Trump tax cuts. And I think Joe Biden wants to talk about this. It's a major issue that he's talked about taxing billionaires and protecting the middle class.
Stay tuned for a lot more on that. Jeannie Sheehan Zaino and Rick Davis, thanks for a great conversation. Our signature panel here on Balance of Power. I'd stay in the boat. Stay in the boat? Always stay in the boat.
I've heard always stay in the boat, but I've also heard just punch the shark in the nose and it goes away. So
I'm staying in the boat.
I guess it depends on if it's one shark or many.
She's jumping in with the sharks. Check out the Washington Edition newsletter on the terminal and online.
Thanks for joining us back here on Balance of Power. We'll be back here tomorrow staying on dry land, so make sure to tune in then. This is Bloomberg TV and Radio.